Welcome to the Equipped Disciple channel. My name is Rick McClatchy. I will be your host. We are here to be and to make disciples of Jesus, and we do that through daily devos, through Sunday sermons, and through other discipleship resources. We are here to equip you to be an equipped disciple. All right, welcome into another day of your daily devos. I'm Pastor Rick, and we are jumping into the last section of Proverbs chapter 16. Pleasant words are a honeycomb would be just one little capsule we're going to get out of this section, but I've prepared this little slide right here. It shows kind of a couple of things we're going to talk about. The value of pleasant words, the value of gray hair. I've got a few of those, so I'm interested. The value of patience, controlling your emotions, and the casting of the lot. Like just some of the little tidbits that are talked about in this section of Proverbs. And so I hope you will jump on in, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for fun. Okay, let's go. All right, verse 23. The heart of a wise person instructs his mouth, and it adds learning to his speech. Verse 24. Pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the taste and health to the body. So the heart of the wise instructs his mouth. And this is what we've been talking about so many times. You know, guard your heart, for out of it flow the issues of life. And here we have the heart of the wise instructing his mouth. So we know that as we tend to our heart, it takes care of the things that are coming out your mouth, you know? And so we want to make sure that we always recognize that the heart is the source of the mouth. So if you're having a mouth problem, you are actually having a heart problem, and you need to get the heart checked. You need to figure out what's going on down here in your heart. And of course, we know that in the book of Proverbs, the heart is not your physical heart. It's it is the center of your being, where you think all your thoughts, you make all your decisions, you process all your emotions. That's where the heart is. And so the heart of the wise instructs his mouth, because as you grow in wisdom, your whole being, it has the wisdom filter on it. So stuff comes in, terrible circumstances, challenging things, people being a jerk to you. All these things come in through this wisdom filter. And so rather than producing bitterness, rather than producing rage, rather than producing a quick, hot temper, it goes through that filter of the wise heart, and different things come out of your mouth. So this is why the whole wisdom thing is so critical, because, I mean, if you think about the course of your life and times where things that you said or the way that you behaved coming out of a challenging situation impacted the direction of your life, whether positively or negatively. Maybe you crushed it. Maybe you had the perfect response to that terrible situation. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't, and you actually, maybe because of your response, you made it a little bit worse, or, you took your life on a little bit of a detour. Stuff happens, right? But the heart of the wise instructs his mouth. Also, it says that, let's remind ourselves, that it adds learning to his speech. And so one of the interpretations of this is that word learning can kind of mean persuasiveness. It adds persuasiveness to his speech, which just gives you more ability to influence people as you grow in wisdom, which is obviously a positive thing, right? As you're growing in wisdom, you're becoming more followable, right? I don't know if that's a word or not, but you become easier, and actually it's more attractive to follow you because you're wise. You've got some things figured out. You're making good decisions, and that can actually add persuasiveness to your speech as well. So, flowing out of the mouth of the wise. So this mouth that has now been instructed by wisdom and has persuasiveness to it. Now, pleasant words, like that would be producing pleasant words, because you have that wisdom filter on your mouth. Those words are like a honeycomb, just sweet, even nutritious, giving you some energy. You need that burst of energy. Health to the body, sweet and healthy to the body. And that is both like figurative and pretty literal. The power of the positive and encouraging and strengthening words to the physical body. Wow. I mean, like significant. So we want to pay attention to what's coming out of our mouths and how, like, do we have the ability to frame that thing in a pleasant way? Even if it's somewhat challenging words, it doesn't mean, like, what we are not talking about here is we are not talking about flattery, because flattery is full of lies, and lies do not bring health to the body. And they're not particularly pleasant. They feel pleasant in the moment, but they don't produce good fruit. And so they don't bring health. They don't bring health to the body. They don't bring health to the emotions, health to the spirit, none of that stuff. So pleasant words, and the assumption there then is that they are true words, are like a honeycomb, sweet to the taste and health to the body. Verse 25, there's a way that seems right to a person, but its end is the way to death. I mean, how many times does he have to tell you this? How many times does he have to tell me this? I mean, how many times have we seen this verse? Like, I want to say we've seen it at least 2 times, maybe a third, maybe 3 times. This might be the 4th time. But I mean, suffice it to say that there's a way that seems right to a person, but it ends in the way to death. And man, don't trust in your own heart, but lean on Jesus. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't trust in your own ways, because they don't end in the right place. Oops, sorry, forgot. A worker's appetite works for him because his hunger urges him on. So there's the way that seems right, leads to death, and the appetite urges you on. Like, it's that appetite thing is important. It's important. It keeps you going, keeps you driven, keeps you accomplishing things. A worthless person digs up evil, and his speech is like a scorching fire. So a worthless person, his speech, rather than being health to the body, is like a scorching fire. Just burning stuff up all along the way. Scorched earth, man. It's just leaving stuff, and it's going to take years for stuff to grow there again. I mean, we're talking like his speech does damage to people, to areas, to churches, to relationships, I mean, on and on and on. A worthless person digs up evil. Actually, think about the energy it takes to dig anything up, right? You're digging through the rock and the hard soil, and you had to call 811 before you dig, because you want to make sure you don't hit any gas lines. But the worthless person digs up evil, and his speech is like a scorching fire. A contrary person spreads conflict, and a gossip separates close friends. Man, raise your hand if you have seen that dynamic at play. I have. Have you seen a gossip separate close friends? Have you been the gossip that separates close friends? Are you a contrary person that spreads conflict? Or are you a person of peace? Are you a person that speaks peace? Are you a person that speaks pleasant words? The mouth of the wise, speaking pleasant words that are a honeycomb, they're sweet to the taste and health to the body. Come on. We want to not be that contrary person that spreads conflict. Behold, Psalm 133:1, behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Let's not be contrary people. Let's be people that bring peace. Let's be people, it's hard to say. Let's be people that speak pleasant words. Let's be people that speak truth in love. Let's be people that bring people together and not spread conflict and not gossip. A violent person lures his neighbor, leading him on a path that is not good. Don't do that. The one who narrows his eyes. So I'm going to bug my eyes out the rest of the video, okay? So I am not planning deception. I don't know, kind of looks like I'm planning deception with my eyes wide open too. Yeah, anyways. The one who narrows his eyes is planning deception, is the one who compresses his lips. I don't know. Everybody please submit a picture in the comments of what it looks like to compress your lips. Just don't bring about the evil with it, okay? I'm just saying. Yeah, anyways. Gray hair is a glorious crown. It's found in the ways of the righteous. Patience is better than power, and controlling one's emotions than capturing a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but its very decision is from the Lord. Man, lots of good stuff in there. Lots of good stuff. The first one that I want to, gray hair is a glorious crown. Age doesn't always bring wisdom, but anyone with gray hair, it's like gray hair is a glorious crown. One, if you're an older person and you have a lot of gray hair, don't be ashamed of it. Don't be ashamed of it. It's a glorious crown. Why is it a glorious crown? Because you've lived a lot of life and you've learned a lot of lessons, and you have the capacity to pass so much of that wisdom and help and strength and pleasant words that are a honeycomb on to the next generation, to strengthen them, to build them, to actually maybe help them to be able to avoid some of the pitfalls that you found in your life. So gray hair is a glorious crown for you and for those that you're able to help. So those of us, maybe, can I still count myself in the younger crowd? Don't hate on me. I'm going to do it just today. So those of us in the younger crowd, no, we should honor people that have the gray hair for the sheer fact they've lived so much life, even if they're in a bad place in life, that the life that they've lived and the lessons that they've learned can really be instructional to us, can help us to avoid some of those things. So it's just valuable to listen, to honor, to be humble, and to listen to what they have to say, even if you feel like the decisions that that person has made have put them in a bad place, because but still so much to teach you, so much to learn from. Now, patience is better than power, is what the Bible says. Patience is better than power. Man, to be patient actually gives you a lot of power. When you're in a conversation that's getting really tense and you're just patient and you're not rushed and you're willing to wait for a moment, you're willing to put up with a little bit of silence, it's incredible the difference it can make in the flow of the conversation to just be a little bit patient. To not be rushed, to get to the end, to prove your point, to say your piece, to just be patient for a minute. To think, to process the moment, to respond in a controlled and caring way. Controlling one's emotions now. What does it say? Controlling one's emotions is better than capturing a city. So, controlling one's emotions is not ignoring one's emotions. It's controlling them. So, emotions are great indicators, but they are terrible dictators. Don't allow your emotions to be your boss. That's the line we got to draw. Emotions are really, really helpful for us to tell what's going on inside of me. You need to know what's going on inside your heart so that you can control what's coming out of your mouth, right? So emotions help us, like what we're feeling is helping tell us what is inside, what's going on inside. So you're controlling your emotions in the sense of you're controlling the impact those emotions are having on your behavior and your words, so that you can process, where are these emotions coming from? Why am I having them? What's causing them? Am I in danger? Am I, what's going on? Why do I feel this way? And then you can see that emotions are great indicators, but terrible dictators. Because sometimes emotions are not true. Sometimes they're based on bad information. So the emotion can feel really real, and the emotion, if the information was true, the emotions would be true, but because the emotions are built on faulty information, it would actually be like really detrimental to behave according to that information because it's not true. And then you take a bad situation and you kind of make it worse, right? I mean, I know you and I have never done that, but we read about somebody that did it one time and it was bad. And so we shouldn't do it either. So, okay, maybe I did it once. Let's talk about the casting of the lot. Our final little tidbit here. The lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from the Lord. even the thing that is like the purest of chance, right? The casting of lots. It's controlled. Its outcome is controlled by the Lord. So that's how much you can trust God. You can trust God even when it seems like there is no rhyme or reason to what is going on. He is in control. He's got your back. He loves you. He's working all things together for your good, for his glory, for your good, and he is going to take care of you. You have to trust him. You have to listen. You have to obey. Put yourself in the place of receiving the favor from the king, right? Because obedience brings favor. Now, we're not talking about salvation, because salvation is by faith. It's by grace through faith, not of works. So nobody can boast. But once we're saved, once we're following Jesus, that obeying him is really an incredible demonstration of our love for him. Bring the favor of the king, right? The casting of the lots. Even God controls the way that the dice falls. So those times in your life that just feel completely out of control, unpredictable, what's going on? Trust the Lord. Don't lean on your own understanding. In all of your ways, know him, and he will make your path straight. He will direct your paths. He will walk with you. So even in the casting of the lots, trust the Lord. With that, a big hearty God bless you. Have a great day. And hey, which one of those points that we covered today, all the pleasant words, the gray hair, the patience, the emotions, the casting of the lots, which one was your favorite? Drop it in the comments for me. God bless you. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.